Welcome back to the colony. My name is Pravculear, and I'm the host of the show. And we need to sort out the storage facilities since that's what I've kind of been doing over the last episode too. In fact, we're working on it right now with these stone cellars that can hold 175 stats, so that's pretty good. We also need to sort out the gas and make sure they're happy. Along with, expanding the settlement's defenses, which is another thing that I'd like to do. So I think that's what we're going to be doing today. Looks like Zitchnaz and Nina are now lovers. I believe I have one free open double bed. Looks like we have some visitors for our hotel. Well, looks like one of our guests can't afford a bed. So let's see if a 5 silver bed does a trick. And it does. No, it doesn't. Oh well. We got the money. And yeah, I think I'm going to be switching over to the granite stone cellars full time because these space containers are kind of a pain in the butt to deal with. Mostly because the colonists keep getting stuck on them, and that's not good. Riot has gone off on an insulting spree, and the final straw was tired. Well, it looks like Riot and Shen got into a bit of a social spat, and Blight for the corn plants, which is already fixed. That's another 3% bonus to the melee damage factor. Do that one again. Alright, why did some of the travelers get harmed? Oh! Looks like they ran afoul of some of the local wildlife. And that's a score of -4. From the dusts. That's a 3% bonus to the medical operation speed along with supply delivery for 3 of our settlements. Source replacement supplies from local traders, please. Well, that's a 3% bonus to the movement speed. And a score of -15 from that batch of deaths. You know, I think I found the issue. I didn't have my colonists actually set up for entertaining the deaths. And I guess that's on me. Well, looks like we have a eclipse on day 404. In other words, error, 404, sun not found. Along with the dense wildlife event for the Whistle Finnear and Raspberry. Capture and domesticate. Well, we have a cold snap on day 405. Along with the Moonlit Ritual event, you know what, I'm curious. Go send somebody to go give him a poke. And hey, a whole bunch of our settlements have been successfully upgraded to level 5. Let's moving up to level 6. Well, we had a pretty fun just party. In fact, it was so fun, somebody wants to join the colony because of it. Zal, best at social still level 10. We can work with this. Dementia, cataracts, asthma, bad. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to fix all of that, aren't I? I don't know if I can actually fix the dementia. But I can definitely take care of the eyes and the lungs. Make 1 bionic spine, 2 bionic eyes. And a couple of detoxifier kidneys for our new colonists. That's a 3% bonus to the global work speed along with massive forest fires for 2 of our settlements. So, performance controlled burn, please. That's a 3% bonus to the global learning factor along with a wounded animal event for 1 of our settlements. Send a train handler, please. And now you've got a settlement in danger. Enemy power 2, defense power 23, estimated chance of victory 100%. Yeah, I'm not gonna be too worried about this one. I think we should have this one in the bag. Zell is dealing with confusion. Yeah, it's dementia. Well, we brought an infestation to deal with. So, we can just drop the military in. Yeah, I really should have loaded it up with some wood and some incendiary devices. Just to make fire. Alright, so hopefully the military should be able to deal with this one. You know, I sent a few of the units in early. And some of our units are just fleeing. And yeah, that takes care of that. Now I just have to get rid of all the aid sets and all the gold pods. And that's a 3% bonus to the to the general labor speed. That's another 3% to the global work speed along with the retrofitting event, hitting 3 of our settlements. Mind evade at a steady, sustainable pace, please. Well, the defense was successful at the very least, and it was so successful it was an overwhelming victory. Now, Field here is just trying to clean up the rest of the mess, in regards to the aid sacks. Looks like Whoosh and Hoyt are getting married now. Looks like Inspiration has hit one of our blacksmiths like a freight train, for the masterwork. Well, we had a pretty fun troop fair. In fact, it was so fun, somebody wants to join because of it. Cream, best at social skill level 16. Wanna bet, they're high, mate? Nope. I was wrong. Bulwark. Okay. Looks like the Tawny has another fighter, so that's right. And looks like one of our settlements is dealing with a food shortage. Purchase emergency food imports to soften the blow, please. Well, that's a 3% bonus to the global learning factor along with a death in the family event. Investigate the assassination. Investigation failed. Well, we can fix Zhao's, asthma issues with the detoxifier kidneys that we have. Install detoxifier kidney, left kidney, yeah. And then just do the right one right after that one. Same team as before, too. And let's see, do I have the bionic spine? Yes, I do. I just haven't installed it yet. Well, so I was getting a brand new spine. Just to deal with the bad bat. In fact, here's the first operation. So, let's see now. And that was a success. For one of the lawns. Oh, actually, it was the left kidney. Oh. Oh, well. It was the lungs that I needed to be detoxifier lungs, not the kidneys. Well, fiddlesticks. That's on me. Oh, well. I guess Zawal just has some extra resistance to the toxic stuff. That's not necessarily a bad thing, mind you. Alright, so all surgeries have been a success so far. Along with the bionic spine. Now we just need to do the lawns. And we finally have the first masterwork kinetic lawn rifle. This weapon is engraved with an image of an encampment. This style is romantic with heartfelt elements. Unusually for this kind of work. A good senior watches overall while staring. That's another 3% to the meat amount. Well, looks like our citizens want to expand the empire. 0.5 times settlement cost. In other words, it's a 50% sale. Yeah, I think I might need some way of mass-producing chem field with the incendiary shells that are just going to be turned into, let's just say, improvised fun time for the enemies that happen to spawn in this room that I built for them. Or maybe I should play around with the defense toms. You know what? Let's research the defense toms, because I don't think I've ever played around with those. That was fast. Yeah, the defense toms have been researched. And it takes 25 temp field for a flame column. So, that's a rather short area of effect. Oh well. It is what it is. So, let's just do it like so. Oh yeah, we also have received the good from the Blacksmith Inspiration Masterwork event. Verdant Bow! Apparently it's in here. Yep, the Masterwork Bow carved from the sacred wood of deer moss and reinforced with metabone and horns, set to draw the breath of the force into its strain. Each arrow hums with living vitality. The bow's horn tips make it a capable melee weapon against any approaching threat. Alright. Well, I'd say taxes have arrived. If you're wondering how much I'm making right now, it's like, right around the 2,300,000 mark. Well, looks like there's a bad, knot to deal with. Oh dear. Rogers. Cream. Get out there and go rescue, Rogers from the, knot. Right. Oh dear. Well, at least, Rogers has armor. And that, Cream is here to go save, Rogers. And of course, that's a 3% bonus to the global word speed. Run that one again, please. Really, Cream? Really? Oh dear. Yeah, this is basically a retro. Right, Fields, you get out there and go deal with this, pesky, knot. Preferably before you heat, they eat, Cream. Because you know that's, what's gonna be never mind. The knot died to a, tripped over a, trap, to say the least. Anyways, Cream needs to be rescued still. And also that, lawn rifle needs to be taken in. I guess Danny's going to go rescue Cream. Alright, so let's see why, Superbass started a social fight with Evie. Evie called Superbass a mallard. This drove Superbass into a rage and he began a fight. Okay. It's just free, SP for the, medicine and Connie, you see. And that's another 3% bonus to the immunity gain speed. Looks like, one of the visitors has a relationship with our colonists, Zalzant. Okay. Looks like, one of our blacksmiths has been hit with inspiration from the masterwork. And it's masterwork quality. Good. Looks like Jenny is, throwing a party. Looks like, Brayden and Evie are, going to get married soon. Looks like we brought out inspected craftsmanship. Direct the craftsmen to focus on weaponsmithing, please. And yeah, settlements are, finishing upgrading, now, so that's great. Right, so I think it's finally time to fix, Zal's asthma. Well, when she comes back from being confused from dementia, that is. Well, that's, let's install the left lung for the detoxifier lung, first, and then the right lung for the detoxifier lung after that. Ooh, hey, cargo pods. Let's just see what's inside. Strike feather pipe, 24. Alright. Looks like one of our, space stations has, run out of, ore to mine. Like, are they just out of asteroids, nearby? Oh well, it is what it is. So, hire prospectors, please. And they failed. And if you're wondering, we're about at the, $250,000 mark, so that's great for the, tax revenue. And oh yeah, Zal's, grandfather is paying us a visit. Well, looks like we're dealing with another man, not, Danny, you just got some new toys, so you go deal with that, and it's already dead. Alright, that takes care of that issue. Looks like 3 of our settlements has won the lottery on the Dense Wildlife event. Capture and domesticate, please. Yeah, now we're past the $250,000 mark. To the 270,000 silver per 5 days. So that's right. The problem is that there's pretty much very little to do with silver after a point. And if you're wondering what we got from the Blacksmith Inspiration event, it was a Persona Plasma Sword. Okay. And now it's a strange discovery event affecting one of our settlements. Sent in the military. Well, looks like we're under attack from the spring ship of Saws. So let's give them and poke with some artillery after they get into their positions. And oh no, that poor traitor. Yeah. I guess they're just not gonna have a very fun time. So let's see, artillery right here. RG2. And then another, 2 artillery barrages over here. Like so. And 1 more over here. Is that it? Yep, that's it. And here goes the artillery barrages. And there goes the, enemies. Yeah, that takes care of that issue. Oh, hey, we even have a survivor. Only made it in time, though. Nope. Not even worth it to even try because, that's in less than an hour. Okay, so there's a loyalty parade for 3 of my settlements. I guess I'll join the parade. And now there's a settlement in danger. All good this time. Enemy power 7, defense power 26, estimated chance of victory 100%. I'll take it. Ooh, hey, cargo pods. Let's just see what's inside. Corn. 217 corn. Looks like 2 of my settlements have a massive forest fire going on. Performance controlled burn, please. And unfortunately, the defense was successful. In fact, it was so successful, it was overwhelming. So I was confused again. Well, I didn't know, harpy's nest could spawn inside somebody's bedroom, but apparently they can. Well, that takes care of the, problematic harpy's nest. Looks like, one of our settlements has a moonlit ritual going on. Let's just see what's up. Well, looks like we missed the, wedding between Hoyt and Whoosh. Oh well, at least we can watch the aftermath. And, everybody just celebrating. Alright. And we have a weapon from the uninspected craftsmanship, event. Torch sword. Alright. The Purifier is a torch sword. Well, the Purifier torch sword is a high-capacity plasma torch featuring both a drip and a blade, and attached in 1 and 3 modes at random. Armor-piercing focus mode, dispersion mode for heavy damage, or incineration mode for fire damage. Alright. One of our settlements has a food surplus, so let's host a grand feast to celebrate. Well, now we're dealing with the archive, arriving in transport pods nearby. Oh well. Oh! It's literally just scythers. Well, I think I brought enough hallway, traps for them all. So I guess this is a case of lock the doors and pretend the outside world does not exist, because functionally speaking, it doesn't. And here they come straight into the hallway of traps. So far, they're making it through, sort of. And I guess they're down to the last ones, and no, they did not make it through. Alright. Time to let everybody out so they can go process the scythers. Well, we just had a pretty fun just party. In fact, it was so fun, I wonder who wants to join. Kevin! Fast that intellectual, still level 8. Alright. Trios better, tough, nimble, careful shooter, and capable of dumb labor. Alright. I kinda want to start using a persona sword on somebody. So I guess that's Savin's job. Just try to find a good one. Let's see, no. Man wailing, painless, It Wales Man Oceans to whoever it's bonded with, so that's out. I guess, Bud is the best one. Neural cooling and hunter pains. The bonded person's hunter rate will be 50% higher, and the neural cooling. This weapon's personas has the ability to help dissipate the wielder's neural heat. The wielder's neural heat dissipation is improved by 0.15 per second. Alright, I'll take it. And drop. Kevin, go pick up your shiny new Persona Plasma Sword. Right, that takes care of Kevin. Looks like another blacksmith has struck inspiration from the masterwork. And it was indeed a masterwork quality event. Looks like one of our visitors has a relationship with one of our colonists, and it's Zal's aunt. Alright. Looks like we've had a death in the family. Investigate the assassination. And justice found. Alright. And yes, I'm deliberately not fencing it in this field because it's hay grass. I think the animals are supposed to eat it. Especially since the nutrition consumption is 19.76 and the nutrition growth right now is 16.04. We have a store of 27 and a gift. 7 components. 2 of our settlements has won the lottery on the wildlife department. Capture and domesticate, please. And hey, Evie and Braden are getting married now. Alright, so that's done and they're just celebrating now. Alright. It's Oink and Danny's turn to get married. Oink is now pregnant. This is the part where I realized that I never really set the colony for children. Oops. Oh well, better late than never, right? Ooh, hey, loyalty parade. I guess I'll join the parade. Well, looks like we got a metronome cluster to deal with. Of course, that means lots and lots of artillery to properly deal with it. And just a few artillery barrages on the smoke spewler. Just a few, mind you, before we wake up the metronoids. So, yeah. Alrighty then, and this is the part where I realized that I never locked anybody behind the walls. Better late than never, right? Yep, they're up. And into the hallway of traps they go. Well, I don't think any of them are gonna make it past the hallway of traps. I'll let you know if that changes. But yeah, I'm having 3 of my soldiers come out here. Alrighty then, I guess it's time to go and take out the turrets and the rest of the buildings. Because right now it's a bit of a death trap. Alright, so that takes care of that one. And that one. You're still at full health along with you. Alrighty then, that takes care of that one, and well, the last one be as easy. Survey says yes. Now let's make sure to take all the metronome corpses and process them down into useful materials for us. And I think that should be all of that. Well, I brought a new charge lens from the Blacksmith Inspiration, and the charge lens is excellent quality. Looks like 2 of our settlements have hit the empty mines. One of them is a orbital platform, though. Hi, prospectors. I've never had any luck with that one, but I want to see if my luck will change at some point. And of course, the taxes have arrived. And we have a unexpected craftsmanship event for one of our settlements. Direct the craftsman to focus on weaponsmithing, please. Well, looks like that bluebird got pretty far into the hallway of traps, but didn't past it. Oh well, I guess it was a bird, so it should just fly over the traps. 2 of our settlements have a food surplus. Host a grand feast. Looks like we're dealing with the death in the family event for one of our settlements. Investigate the assassination. And justice found. Oh boy, another metronome cluster. I think you know the drill with the artillery. Yep, it's just target practice for our artillery barrages. So let's just deal with it that way. Hopefully, mind you. And hopefully we don't have any accidental casualties. In fact, let's lock everybody behind the walls. Like so. Right, that should take care of that. And goodbye, most of the buildings. We still have 2 turrets to deal with. But they should be severely weakened for the hallway of traps to be able to deal with them. It is. And Evie, and who else has a full set of long rifles? Oh, you do, Danny. We're just gonna wait over here for the Metanoids to deal with, go through the hallway of traps. And that's the last one. Now it's time to deal with the buildings. And oh hey, turtle pods! Directly in the base. Now this is what I call fast food delivery. Raw fungus, 248. Alright then, where was I again? Oh yeah, dealing with the Metanoids. Luckily it's raining, so the Inferno Cannon shouldn't be much of an issue. It is grazed. Hopefully Yedis is the only casualty in this batch. And by that I mean the only one who gets injured. And that takes care of that. Well, we have a pet knot now. Danny is riding it. Make sure it's trained. Looks like Dal's aunt and grandfather are paying us a visit. We have a store of 56 from that batch of gas, and a gift. 19 uranium. Okay. Looks like one of our settlements is in danger. Let's see. Enemy power 2, defense power 29, estimated chance of victory 100%. I'll take it. Zish, Naz, and Nina are now married. And the Dunbear decides to rain on their parade. Lawrence, Ryart, and Whoosh getting into a bit of a social spat with each other at the wedding. Oh boy. Cream. You need to deal with that. Never mind. Hallway of Trash at the Dunbear. Looks like Evie Zets is paying its visit, along with some goods that we got from the uninspected craftsmanship. The weapon focus one. My trade grenades. Kevin and Jenny are now providing free medical experience to our colony's doctors with a social spat with each other. Well, looks like an infestation has happened in our trap room. So, let's just see if this will actually work. And forbid that door. And now the turrets are opening fire. And now everything is on fire. How lovely. So, with any luck, I guess I'll just have to repair a ton of columns and, refill them, so, yeah. Oh boy, it's climbing rapidly for the temperature. 1,300 Fahrenheit. And yep, heat stroke for everybody. I'm probably gonna have to refloor that, trap zone. And probably also rebuild some flame columns. Because at least one of them is about dead. And it looks like things are calming down in there, but are in no way safe for our colonist center. Yeah, I'm gonna have to repair a column. Or 3. It is a Super Bass and Amy's turn to provide free medical experience for our colony doctors. And we have a store of 76 from that batch of gas and a gift. We're in wool veil, good quality. Dust wool head wrap, normal quality. After 10 leather sash, good quality. And one of our settlements has a massive forest fire going on. Performance controlled burn, please. Well, looks like we're dealing with a raid from all over the place. Cream and Oint, you don't deal with that one. Lucky there's only one inside the base. And I better send in the military. So that, those two are gonna have, some friends to deal with. And by friends, I mean, our soldiers. Wait, where did they, go? Oh. So you did a batch of soldiers. You did your own batch. Unfortunately, the raiders decided to do the, dumb thing and spread themselves all over the map. And not, all bunched up together. At least then it would, give them a higher chance of surviving the, counter ambush that is, inbound. Danny, don't take care of that, dueling. Right, so that one's already, dead. Yep, I guess the counter ambushes are going swimmingly. Oh, Rogers, you goober. Go hide in the base. Yeah, I think that might actually be everybody. It is. Ranger, Death in 3, Delicate Ugly Supermoon Saturday Doll, who's the closest, Connor, so, okay. We can also, do some doctoring. Yeah. Stabilize, capture. Chef. Careful shooter, chemical entrance, nope. Right, so I guess that was the only one. Well, so much for getting that, Rainer. Tia tried to heal them, and then they just got back up, mid-stabilization. And, well, Overside's had to come in and bonk him over the head. And, yep, that'll do it. And 3 of our settlements are dealing with the Empty Mines event, High Prospectors. Well, better late than never on the hospital beds. Or just the hospital in general. Yeah, I think it just might be a SITS, hospital. Well, a SITS person hospital. Well, that's a 3% bonus to the immunity gain speed along with a, wounded animal event. Send for a trained handler. I wanna see what we get. So we have a tortoise and an otter. Alright. Seriously? We can have otter attack, otters? Neat. Looks like Danny and Oink are getting married now. And of course there's a soldiers spat between Superbass and Oversize. Wouldn't it be a running without at least one social fight going on? And Superbass is downed. Oh hey, looks like the animals are dealing with the flu. It's the alpaca herd that's dealing with it. Along with 2 of our settlements dealing with sparse wildlife, send hunting parties further afield, please. Ooh, hey, let's just see what we have in the cardopods. 9 heart beetle oily feathers. Alright. Looks like we have some visitors from our own faction. Okay. Looks like we got a 3% bonus to the meat amount that we did from animals that we butcher, along with the plasmid inspiration for the masswork. Okay, so it's a masswork quality. Alright. Well, looks like we got a smoke spirit to deal with. Too bad you can't just send in the military, from the Empire's mod. Oh well. It is what it is. Luckily, I think I can deal with it pretty easily by sending somebody over there and just summoning in the military. Oh hey, widespread food shortage for 2 of our settlements. Purchase emergency food imports to soften the blow, please. And here comes the taxes. So yeah, oink, Cream after she picks up some more lawn rifles. Are all getting into the shuttle. Also, I'm gonna take like, I wanna say 20,000 silver with me. Just so I can pay for, stuff. Like that. Yeah, that should tide us over. And there's a psychic drone aimed at the men. Press F to pay respects, for the, men in the comments below. Right, so we got these silver now. Smoke spear, Right. I could have sworn I, said to put the spot. No, don't, fire it well, you goobers. Unload all. Settlements, Well, I guess I'm gonna take care of the Metroids outside the base. And maybe land a few shots in the base. So yeah, this is what we're gonna be doing to deal with this issue. They just picked a bad settlement to do this to. That's all. Of course, this is probably gonna destroy everything in the base, and that's kind of the point. Did that actually take the 20,000 silver? No, it did not. Apparently, we're still running on, what's that? The main colony. Well, that takes care of that issue. So, load everybody but the silver. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna leave the 20,000 silver for somebody here to find. Since I can actually do that. I just have to wait for it to be ready to launch, like so. Alrighty then. Don't land right here. And now we're home. Ooh, hey, new Tonics wants to join. Soda, best at artistic, still level 12. You know what? I've been looking for a new artist. Sure, welcome aboard, Soto. What else can he do? Surgeon. You don't do, combat of any kind. Greatly kind, delicate, and high mate. Artistic 12, double passion. Medical 5, double passion. Animals, 4, double passion. Crafting 4, single passion. Social 9, single passion. And intellectual 4, single passion. That's Soto. Looks like we brought an unexpected craftsmanship event. Direct the craftsman to focus on weaponsmithing, please. Well, we brought a wounded animal event for one of our settlements. Send a trained handler. Let's go see what we get. Apparently we did a monkey and a gorilla out of that event. Alright, and we have received a genetic lance good quality from the Blacksmith Inspiration event. Looks like one of our settlements got the shorted in the set for the drug trade event. Find the source. We're gonna root it out. Looks like Hoyt is in labor. Either for childbirth. You know what? Sure. I guess it should just be this. Well, I think I've found a perfect spot to put the stool. I'm gonna need for this colony. Yeah, this is another one of those better late than evers. Can I get away with the 9x9 stool? Yes, I can. Good. So, let's see now. So that should be 3 on either side. Yes, it is. And Hoyt had a healthy child born. So that's right. Malnutrition. Trivial. Alright. We can deal with that. Well, looks like my, citizens don't want to expand the empire, not much. 2 times settlement cost. Alright. Congratulations on making it to the end of another video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video and its playlist. All over social media info to help out the channel and the algorithm for free. And if you want to support the channel financially, there's a link to my Ko-Fi in the description below. Want to do exactly that for them as $1 a month. And yeah, it's greatly appreciated if you decide to go through that route. Anyways, I guess I'll see you in the next one tomorrow, so stay tuned for that one. Bye.